I told my husband his parents can only stay at our house once a month, and he said I was being cruel to his family. My in-laws live about 3.5 hours away in this small town. They come up all the time for doctor appointments, shopping, or just because they're bored. Sometimes there's a whole month between visits, but sometimes they show up literally every single weekend, and they always stay with us instead of getting a hotel, even though they can definitely afford one. My house is almost 5,000 square feet. You'd think that would be enough space for everyone, but every time they come, I go into this crazy cleaning mode where I deep clean everything, including the baseboards. My husband helps, but he rushes through it and misses spots. So I end up redoing half of what he does. Anyway, the worst part is my mother-in-law loves to cook, so I used to feel like I had to make these huge fancy meals to prove I wasn't lazy. Now, I just tell my husband to order takeout because I'm exhausted from hosting all the time. My own parents live 20 minutes away. They visit often, but they never stay overnight. They come over for a few hours, bring food, help clean up, and even help with house projects. They're actually helpful. My in-laws just drop their dirty plates in the sink after dinner and call that helping. Then my husband ends up cleaning the kitchen with me while his family watches TV, and I feel like the bad guy for taking him away from them. Last month, my husband's sister moved in with us. She's going to school nearby and needed a place to stay for 5 months. I said yes because I wanted to be nice, even though I'm a total introvert, and having a house guest that long is my nightmare. But now, with her living here, the rest of the family shows up even more. Last weekend, they came Friday night and didn't leave until Monday morning. The weekend before that, they came Saturday and stayed through Sunday dinner. I finally snapped 2 weeks ago. They were planning yet another visit, and I told my husband we needed to talk. I said his parents could only stay over once a month from now on. He looked at me like I'd asked him to disown his family. He said I should be as welcoming to his family as he is to mine. But it's not the same at all. My parents don't stay overnight. They don't add to my workload. They actually help. His family treats our house like a free hotel, and I'm stuck being the maid. He tried to guilt trip me by saying family should always be welcome, but I'm a stay-at-home mom and everyone judges me based on how clean the house is and what meals I serve. He doesn't get that pressure because he's their golden boy. I told him he needed to call his mom and set the boundary. He said he couldn't do that because she'd get her feelings hurt. She's super sensitive and takes everything personally, so I called her myself. I explained that we love having them visit, but we need more notice and less frequent overnight stays. She got really quiet on the phone and then started crying. She said she thought I liked having them around and that she was just trying to spend time with her son. My husband grabbed the phone from me and started apologizing to her, saying I was just stressed and didn't mean it. That made me even more angry. After he hung up, we had this massive fight. He said I was being cruel and unreasonable. I said he was a coward who couldn't set basic boundaries with his own mother. His sister heard us fighting and came downstairs. She actually sided with me. She told my husband that even she was tired of their parents showing up unannounced all the time and that I was being totally fair. My husband still wouldn't budge. So the next time his parents called to say they were coming that weekend, I told them we had plans. They showed up anyway. I didn't let them in. My mother-in-law stood on the porch asking what was wrong while my husband tried to apologize and let them inside. I stood my ground. I said they were welcome to visit, but they needed to call first and we could only host them 1 weekend per month. My father-in-law actually nodded and said that was reasonable. He dragged my crying mother-in-law back to their car. They haven't visited since.